considering the fact that we're talking about fashion and hypebeasts in that world, how would you say is like image? Like, is it important to be?
I think image is probably 90% of it. I think that a lot of people that are making it now they're branded by their image. You know, you gotta have a look. You gotta be what society calls handsome. You know what I'm saying? What society calls beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of people.
What society calls fly.
Yeah, what society calls fly, whatever's in. You know what I'm saying? That's what people take to it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's almost everything. Like, talent is every year talent becomes a little bit of it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you hear people like the purists always say, yo, how come these people making it, you're not making it? How come? Yes, they look. You know what I'm saying? It's something fresh, it's something new. And, you know, it's a lot of it.
So how do you feel like your image fits in what's new? Especially in the New York City, because a lot of people say New York isn't New York anymore.
Yeah, I feel like I've always been New York. You know what I'm saying? I've always been like New York, though. I feel like I've always been like Soho Street. You know, I've always had that look, and that look has always been in, because if you in Soho, if you in Harlem, you know what I'm saying, you always gonna know what people are wearing before you see it on your Instagram. You know what I'm saying? When you walking through those streets, and I've always been around, so you know, I've always been ahead of the curve. I feel like when it comes to just what people are on, whether it's basic stuff. You know, I'm not trying to have nobody like, yo, you ain't wearing no Gucci, you ain't wearing none of that. But what I'm like, but that stuff to me is like labels. You know what I'm saying? Is a lot of times when people was wearing tortillas and stuff like that, you know, you was just shopping at Urban Outfitters. You know, that's all it really was. You know, Cohart or whatever it may be. You was rocking that stuff because you like it, and then people started really making it fly. You know what I'm saying? I just liked it. So I think as long as I was rocking what I liked, and you know, it's always been, you always gonna be current.
And staying on fashion, how do you feel about fashion today?
I feel like fashion right now it's really accepted. You know what I'm saying? I feel like people consider a lot of different things fly. You know, I remember a time where if you didn't have one of the new Jordans, they didn't call you fly. Now you can wear Vans, now you can wear Converse, now you can wear Adidas, you can wear all type of stuff and still feel good about it. Like, people used to bully people with like, yo, your Jaes weren't clean. Like, I see people.
Yeah, Team Jordan.
Yeah, I see people with whole Gucci outfits with Team Jordans on, and people still like, yo, bro, you do your thing. You know what I'm saying? And I think fashion right now is really accepted. Yeah.
What made you want to start sell clothes and stuff like that? And I mean sneakers. You sell clothes and sneakers?
Yeah, I sell the clothes I sell is my own stuff.
Family Matters?
Yeah, this is actually Chance the Rapper from a tour tee. But my pants are actually, this is from my mixtape.
Okay.
My mixtape merch. But it was just me. I've always seen like the bigger picture. Like, I was working at Foot Locker, and in 2011, I was the highest sales book in the whole world. Like, I booked $1 million commission. You know what I'm saying?
In the world?
Yeah. But I was working in the bigger store, so it's like other stores won't even. You don't even have an option. You know, you don't have an option to even compete with me, because my store is gonna do this. Like, as a store in general, they only have they make in 1 year $25 million. Okay. $25 million in all merchandise, and out of that, I sold $1 million of it.
That's crazy.
With a staff that has 150 people. You know what I'm saying? Myself, I sell. And you know, you start to look at it like, you know, I give this company $1 million, you give me 2% back. You know what I'm saying? I get 2% commission. That's not worth it to me. You know what I'm saying? How can I go that hard for somebody and not get my fair cut? You know what I'm saying? And it's almost like a pat on the back. At the end of the day, I still gotta be here on time. I still gotta be. You started to see it like, yo, I'm working so hard for somebody else's dream. So I seen the bigger picture that, yo, I could get these same shoes and I could make a higher profit margin. You know what I'm saying? It's not really worth. You know, if I sell $5,000 in merchandise, you know what I'm saying, you wanna have a nice cut of that. Like, you don't want to go for Merc with me.
You said you sold 1 million and you didn't even get half of that.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go out there and make $1 million for somebody and they give you 20,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, look at it just like the drug game. If I put $1 million on the counter for you, you give me 20,000 back. You know what I'm saying? Like, have a good day. it's like it's free work after a while, and I just looked at it like, yo, I could do what they do, cause you know, Foot Locker don't make the shoes.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Jordan, they could get the Jordans, they get the Nikes, and then they just sell it in the store. I could do the same thing. I could do it on my website. I could do it on my Instagram and stuff like that. So I just looked at it like I could be home. I could be focusing on music more and making way more money than I was working and making it.
I feel you. In your music, I noticed on August 18th, one of your songs, you talked about your son. I see you noticed, like, you take fatherhood very, very seriously.
Yeah, it's a
I find that dope. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It humbled me. It humbled me a lot to have a child. I think I was really, ignorant and arrogant about a lot of things. And, when I knew I was going to be a father, I felt that change and I wanted to embrace it. Like, I wanted to really see what else is out there, like what else I could learn, what else I could gain. I felt like even I was writing better songs, knowing that I was going to be a father. So I was like, I want to just learn more, take in more information and stuff. So like if I keep putting that energy out there, more positive energy will come my way.
Interesting. I forgot to ask you from the beginning. Is everybody happy for Cardi B in the Bronx?
Oh yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy for anybody from the Bronx because we all know what it's like growing up. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know what it's like growing up in the Bronx. You don't gotta ever meet a person, you know what it's like growing up in the Bronx. Just dealing with the people change around you when you're trying to, really take it to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody from the Bronx is like, I pat you on the back. Like, I ain't gotta be a fan, but I pat you on the back. But she's dope. I think she's dope.
How do you feel about NYC music right now? Like where NYC
I think it's strong. I think NYC right now got a lot of up and coming talent. I think a lot of newcomers in the industry. And of course, we've always had the legends.
Definitely.
Yeah, and it's always New York is always gonna be where it's set. It's just sometimes we get influenced by, a lot of people we let infiltrate our system, what we got going on. Like you can't let people from the outside control what they think is hot. Like we started it.
And let's keep it here, right?
We're gonna keep it here, we're gonna finish it.
I had a quick question. Going back to sneakers, being a sneaker reseller, at least I feel like shit has changed. Like coming from high school, especially now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, can you explain like being a reseller and that game and how it goes?
To me, it's really like. It's like trades. It's like stocks. You really gotta know what value is and stuff. You gotta be quick because sometimes you may be in a store and they got something that go for some money and you just walk past it because you may be thinking about yourself. You may be thinking like, oh, that's not my size, or I don't know anybody that want it. Sometimes it's a market that you really gotta tap into. You gotta really be ahead of the curve and reselling. Every year you gotta transition. Every year you gotta know what new systems out there. 4 years ago, people were lining up at stores. And then the next year they're telling you come do raffles. And then the next year everything's an app on the phone. And then the next year, now, like recently, last time I was around this area at Washington Square Park, there was a Nike released a shoe and you had to like tap into the Wi-Fi to be able to purchase it. So it's like things keep transitioning. You just gotta be ahead of the curve. You really gotta be committed.
Do you like where sneakers are going now?
From which point of view? A sneakerhead or a reseller?
Like the fact that I recently, you gotta go so hard to get a pair of sneakers, the raffle. I think that's so corny, to me.
Yeah, but
this what you
because I think as a sneakerhead, I remember walking into the mall around my way, store spots, getting Aquas, getting Chicago, getting shit that people wasn't really on because at the time it was like Dunks and I've always been a Jordan head, and I feel like now Jordan is a thing and I feel like it's becoming so difficult. Yeah,
it is difficult from the sneakerhead point of view because like I said, those transitions, the resellers make them easily because it's money on the line. You know what I'm saying? This is how I'm gonna provide for myself. This is how I'm gonna make money. The average guy that just likes sneakers and he just like the girl that one thing is a lot of girls hit me up saying like, yo, I don't even know how to get a pair of Yeezys. Like I want them so bad, I don't even know how. It's that you know, Nike, Adidas, everybody, they throw these corkscrews, not realizing that the only people you're really hurting is the purists, like the person that really, really just wants to walk in the store. You know what I'm saying? And it's tough. It's tough. I think that you try to anything with any field. Whenever you go away from tradition, you know what I'm saying, you always mess it up. You always lose some type of love for it. Like I see a lot of people with like the classic Jaes, they don't even want them no more.
Yeah.
Like they don't even want them. Like I don't even want to look at it no more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Over the past few years, what used to be like the greatest sneaker of all time, people's like, I don't want that. I'm not buying that again. You know what I'm saying?
So one quick question: as a sneaker reseller, you obviously get to ship quicker, faster. You must have tricks. Do you care to share?
I must have. To be honest,
I know shit.
to be honest, nah, it's all about. It's like any other field. Is networking. Is you having free time. Is you having a team. You know, you could take those 3 traits and you could apply that to a lot of things in life. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times you go into a store or something like this, like say a shoe that doesn't even have no hype, like a shoe that is just sitting on the shelf. You may have 5 people that wanted you to get a pair for them. You go into a store and they only let you buy 2. Even though you can't, you know what I'm saying, something you have a team with you. Now you got, say you got your homegirl, you got anybody with you now. If they only let you buy 2, now that's 6 pairs you're going home with. You know what I'm saying? And little things like that. And it's really about your network. And a lot of times the store may not let you, but if they know you're a frequent shopper or something, they'll let you rock over somebody else that's just in there looking like they just here for that reason. You know what I'm saying? And you know, people that work in the store are regular people too. So you know, you shake hands with them, you come in there, you just talk to them about stuff. You know, if there's one pair of some shoes left and they see you, you gotta think about it. They're gonna be like, nah, that's for my man's right there. Sure. Stuff like that. So you just gotta, you know, it's all about your network.
All right. In other words, he kind of spend it.
Yeah.
You spend it like, nah, I'm not telling you.
Nah, it's
the basics.
Give us the basics.
Nah, to be honest, you'd be surprised. That's really what it is, though. It's really what it is. And you'll learn.
So there's no such thing as a bot.
Oh no, I don't do. To be honest, I couldn't even. There's bots. I don't do anything online.
You don't?
I don't do anything online. I catch stuff online, through Nike or Adidas, like straight like that. But any side spots or like anybody like, yo, $50, I could guarantee the shoe for you.
I know the bots.
How are you getting Yeezys? Because I can't get a pair of Yeezys.
Now to be honest, bro,
it's my first pair, and I did the most.
You gotta think about it. It's like on a retail, I'll keep it 100 with you. Buying them off of somebody is way easier than getting them in the store.
No, yeah, that's a fact.
And even you gotta think about. Look at that. Say somebody charge you an extra $200, $200, $300. Like now, let's think about how much your time is worth. Because for me to get 2 pairs, I probably had to do 10 raffles. So 10 raffles, say a day that the raffle comes out, like the day that they like first day of the raffle. Most time a raffle is like Monday and Tuesday. That Monday I wake up, I go to, you know, it's usually a Yeezy's gonna be the big store. So I'll go to Fordham Road in the Bronx. I go to Fordham Road in the Bronx, it's a Foot Action Foot Locker and a Kids Foot Locker. I do 3 raffles. Then I get on the train, I go to 125th Street. It's a Foot Action and Champs and a House of Hoops. I do another 3 raffles, that's 6 raffles. I go to 34th Street, I do 2 Foot Lockers, the Kids Foot Locker, the Foot Action, and then I go to 14th Street, and then I'll do the 2 Foot Lockers, the Foot Action, and then I go to downtown Brooklyn, and then I'll go to the Champs, the House of Hoops, the Champs, the House of Hoops, the Foot Action, and you might get 1. You know what I'm saying? You might get 1 out of all. You might get 1, you might get 2, but a lot of times people may go to 1 store. You know, the average sneakerhead is gonna be on a break or something and go to the Foot Locker that's around their way. Like you gotta put in so much work. And think about it, every raffle has a line. So all those stores that I said had a line, and you repetitive. Somebody asks, let me see your ID. What size you want? What's your name? What's your number? 20 times a day.
Similar to something to that, but you just went all over the
you do all of that.
I did something similar for my first pair, but
yeah,
it was hard though.
Yeah, it's hard work, and think about it. That's probably like a full 2 days of work just to, you know what I'm
Get
saying?
one pair.
Get one
but
pair.
that one pair, you could definitely make like some
Now
money
think
off
about what
that.
I told you about them basic skills. If you bring somebody with you, those 10 stores that I just said, now you got 20 stores.
Yeah.
Now you got 20 stores, and you got somebody with you the whole day. You got somebody with you the whole day, and what if they win? You only won one, but what if they win two? You know what I'm saying? What if you win two, and then you bring a little brother, little sister, or something? They win one. You know what I'm saying? Now you got 4 pairs, and now it's looking like a good a month for you, money wise.
Definitely.